Hey guys, I'm gonna put away the whole ferrets YouTuber personality for a bit because I just want to get something off my chest. Try to ignore any background noise, like this cat that just came up to me, and maybe you might hear a guitar, and also uh, stuff passing in the background. Oh my gosh, why on earth do they have to make noise right now? Okay, so I need to, I suppose, give some context. First of all, um, my parents are like the best parents I could possibly have in this lifetime. Um, I am well over 18, and my parents haven't really discussed me leaving the house. Like, my dad said that when I was 25, he would put me out or something along the lines of that, but I am about to turn 26 this year. Sorry about that. And nothing has happened. And I think that might be in part of my mom being told that she had a type of cancer last year. And so things kind of got hard for her with chemotherapy and whatnot. So it's good that they have me around at home to do like chores and heavy lifting and stuff because my younger sister, my mom, and my dad all have jobs. So basically I don't really need to um I don't want to say work because technically I do have something that I do for money, although it's very inconsistent. um I do portraits for people when they want it. Me and my mom can have this joint effort, but that's not the point. The second type of context that I want to give is that I believe that I might have a type of autism. um for as long as I can remember, I've been doing really weird things um, that other girls wouldn't normally do, or just basically teenagers in general. And I'm not talking like I'm trying to be quirky, like, oh, those girls wear jeans and I wear skirts and all that nonsense. And they wear high heels and I wear sneakers. For that matter, I have flat feet. So if I wear high heels, my feet are gonna hurt after a while. So I'm talking about the weird type of behavior. Like, I can stand in a room full of more than 100 people and find that the audio coming through the speakers is too loud, and I would cover my ears. By the way, this sort of behavior has still been happening from since last year, in a way, or a little before that, because last year was kind of a people couldn't go out and go to church or places, just in general. So remember what I said about these two things. I've been thinking that I might have some form of autism for quite a while now, and well, in my country we can't just go get tested for these sorts of things. Honestly, I don't even know if we have things that can test for autism in well-developed adults because, again, I am 25 and about to be 26, and what am I supposed to do in this scenario? Okay, so now that you have that context, this happened probably at before 2019 or somewhere in between 2019. Um, I had a conversation with my father, and I did not. I should have kept my mouth shut, basically, and should not have said those things. Uh, okay, so what happened was, I think it was somewhere like a January or a February, because I had just told my dad that, um, well, I just mentioned to the entire family basically that my birthday was in April, and as only going to say this once because I don't like bringing up my birthday, that I did not want anyone to tell me happy birthday. Now, my dad did not allow me to give any context on this as to why I felt this way. He just ripped into me and started saying that why shouldn't we celebrate your birth? And I'm like, no, that's fine. I just don't like being told happy birthday. And then I have to paraphrase this here, but he said that my opinion was stupid and to never talk about that sort of thing again. So I took it the most literal way possible, as my brain does, and decided to just never share my opinion with my parents ever again. And then I kept talking with my big stupid mouth, and I said that I did not act normally. And again, I have to paraphrase because I don't remember the exact words that he used here. He basically said that he did not produce a defective child, and that broke me. Like, it just, I took the pizza that he had just brought home. I went up to my room. Well, not my room, but more like my bed. We have a bunk bed. Me and my sister, I sleep on the top bunk and she sleeps on the bottom one so that, she can just roll out whenever she wakes up in the morning to go to work and stuff. And I sat there, ate my pizza, and cried. I didn't make a single sound. I just ate the pizza with tears streaming down my face. I ate the entire pizza. It was delicious, by the way. It's just, that's how I cry. I don't make any noise. The tears just roll down. I'm a very strange individual. I don't have very much empathy for a lot of things. So, before people pick up torches and pitchforks and try to come after my dad, let's talk about the good things, because we can't, I cannot just focus on the negatives. Anyone that knows me knows that I will not just focus on the negatives. I also have to find some positives in that as well. So, let's talk a little bit about the things that my dad did that I liked. So, one time he came home with a really weird looking toy that had a bunch of jelly beans in it, and I was like, where did you get this? And my dad was like, well, starters, he uses our family car as a taxi. So basically, the people who live around our area would see him and would be feel safe to travel with him in his car, and they would pay money and stuff like that, right? So he had a trip one night with, I think, like a, a dad and daughter, and he stopped off at a grocery store, and the dad bought something for his daughter, who was about 5 years old at the time, and she didn't like it, and my dad was like, well, if she doesn't want it, I I suppose I could have it. I have a daughter at home who would definitely like this. And the other dad was like, oh cool, how old is she? And my dad was like, 24. And yes, I did like it. Spent I like to have little things that can keep my mouth and my brain um what's the word I'm looking for here? Active, distracted while I'm playing games and such. I like to snack on things while I game, so that was fun. Just having like a bunch of stuff that I could just suck on while I play. And the other thing is that one day my dad brought, I think it was last year, because my parents were home a lot more often, of course. He brought home a pack of yogurt, and I was like, huh? And he's like, this is for you. And I'm like, okay. And we don't get yogurt that often, so it was really like a very great surprise. But the yogurt tasted great, and now anytime I go out to the grocery store and I happen to get the permission of my mom or my sister to pick up whatever I want, I would go for that specific brand of yogurt and add it to the basket. It's actually become my favorite brand of yogurt since then. Um, and that's pretty much it. All I wanted to say. Technically, I have evidence to back up the fact that I think that I might have autism, because I wouldn't just put it out there that, oh, just because I act weird with sounds and I still suck my finger even though I'm 25 and stuff like that. Um, no, there's, I watched some videos with females who had been diagnosed with autism, who are YouTubers as well, and they described um, their experiences with life with autism. The females who have autism usually aren't diagnosed because, as a female, we feel the innate desire to fit in, so we mask the signs of autism as best as we can. And the most of the telltale signs of autism are usually very um, feminine based, like knowing a little too much about a specific show or makeup, or just being fixated on shoes and fashion and stuff like that. That is actually um, that can actually be a symptom of autism in females, but because it's considered girly to be into those sort of things in the first place, that's why it's harder to detect autism in females, because we tend to pretend like nothing is wrong. But um, aside from the whole uh, being in a room and finding everything too loud thing, that was also something that that my dad decided to rip into me about. And he's like, why do you have your hands over your ears in church? And I'm like, because everything is too loud. And then he's like, maybe you just have sensitive ears. Why don't you ask God to fix them for you? Now, I understand where he's coming from because we're all Christians and stuff, but that was just really insulting. Like, I don't doubt that God would help in that situation, but like, I want to feel validated. Like if autism, if me having autism is actually the reason why I'm doing all these weird things by default, then I I want to have autism, basically. Like, I do all these weird things, and uh, okay, so yeah, I did mention that I still suck my finger even though I am 25. I suck it when when I need to concentrate while reading. I suck it when I am hungry and I know that I can't get food yet. And what on earth? And I cannot go to sleep without putting my finger in my mouth either. Unless I am so exhausted that I just knock out when my head hits the pillow, which hasn't really happened which doesn't happen very often. So, um, yes, I'm sorry for the random bouts of wind. It's nighttime, but I live in a hill, so there's just random, very gentle bouts of breeze that the mic decides to pick up as a whole whooshing noise. I'm really sorry about that. But unfortunately, I can't use the whole damping thing that I might use because of the mosquitoes around here. They're attacking my feet, so I kind of have to have it in the open so I can shoo them away. Not just that, the whole sucking the finger thing, but what was I gonna say again? Ah, taking things too literally. Like, I cannot follow simple instructions. I take things way too literally, and I have like very I have find it hard to find out when somebody is joking around with me, and some of my friends would know, if you dare me to do something, I will freaking go do it. Like I don't make empty threats kind of way. And cat, do you have to do that right now? Leave the frog alone. Hey, leave the frog alone. Come on. Leave it. Ouch. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Um it's it's been oh, and no, I have not talked to my parents about this in the slightest. I tend to bottle things up and then just kind of burst every now and then. It's very weird. I'm also one of those people that can make myself cry on demand, and basically I'm just overall a very good actor. And ouch. And it's been, I don't want to say it's been hard, but it's kind of been difficult keeping my emotions to myself. Some of my closest friends don't even know about this sort of thing. Um, so yeah, I guess that will be the end of this. Sorry if you had like scratching, and these cats are pouncing around a frog in the background. So, uh, yeah, that's my whole trauma story, I guess. I'll talk to you guys later.